Hello, Oracles. My goodness, what a wonderful day today. Tesla rockets up almost 8% on the day. It looks like we may have some more room to run. We are going to dive into the charts, and we are going to be taking a look at a master chart tracker as well to see where we are at and where we could potentially run to. We will get into that in just a minute. All right, so looking at the chart today, what a great day again. We had over 200 million shares trading hands while being up almost 8%. That is a very good sign, and we are up over 0.5% after hours as well. So this is very nice to see. RSI is still in a good safe zone in the middle at 56. And we just continue to run. I had mentioned last Friday, we were stuck at that 123 level, and we were primed for a big move one way or the other. Looks like that way was up. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy about that. And I was going to be happy either way, because if we went down, I was just going to buy more. So I was totally fine with that. But with this run, so nice to see. It has been such a long time since we have seen this kind of green in the stock. The sentiment is feeling stronger. And as you can see here, we really have broken the trend. So this isn't like a dead cat bounce trend. This is all right, we have potentially hit the bottom. Maybe 101.81 was the bottom. I do not know. Again, we do have the gaps below. I'm not going to mention them today because I know you guys don't like it when we're running like this. So we're going up. Up away is where we are headed right now. And it's just so nice to see us running like this. So we're going to take a look at a video from a chart tracker, and he is going to show us what he sees in the charts with us moving forward.
All right, let's get more on where Tesla's stock is going. Carter Braxton Worth of Worth Charting is over by the plasma with a look at the charts. Carter.
Let's jump right in. First of all, great job by graphics. Shout out to CNBC department. This is a fantastic instance of what you want to see, which is high, low, and close daily bar charts. Now, there are no drawings, no annotations, no judgments. Let's put some in. Here we go. First chart change. What do we have? We have a well-defined trend line, and that warrants putting in some circles. And what do we know? We have just now moved above the trend line, which is to say it deserves a green arrow. Let's put in some more lines. Keep that trend line in. And what do we have? We have all the elements of a minor head and shoulders bottom. Get the green arrow again. Finally, last way to draw the lines, you can call it a cup and handle. It doesn't matter what you call it. A reversal formation is a reversal formation. And so an important development, the low was 101 and change. It closed at 133 today, up about 30% from its low. I think 155 plus minus is in the cards.
And this is purely a Tesla-specific story, correct, Carter? This has nothing to do with where you see the markets going over the same period.
Exactly. I mean, Tesla is sinking when rates are going up, sinking when rates are going down. It's surging. It has nothing to do with it. Sometimes a stock gets oversold or overbought, and a counter trend move down or up is in the cards. This counter trend move is well underway, and I think it continues.
Carter, thanks. We'll see you shortly on options action. Grasso, what do you make of this chart?
Yeah, I love the chart. This is something where I saw the same level, but he sees it a little bit higher than me. I see it as 150 is very likely. And if I broaden that out, obviously technicals are once you get over a certain level, then it's more likely to go in that same direction. I definitely see 150. I could be wrong, but that's what I see. And then the follow up with that would be 180 and then 200. And then you're closing that gap from this most recent slide. But the feeling has gotten so consensus negative that I think the market's set up to hurt the most amount of people at the same time. And that's what's going on with Tesla.
All right. So to break that down, as we've discussed before, we saw a cup and handle pattern back in September that came up. That actually did not end up coming to fruition. We broke down after that. So this time right now seems like there's a lot more momentum pushing us in this direction to be able to continue going up from here. Now, as was mentioned as well, I got some laughs in the comments today, talking about how, hey, if we break below 137, we're going to fall below 137. If we go above it, we're going to go above it. But realistically, he explained it better than I did. If you are moving in that direction and you break that trend line, there is a better opportunity for you to continue moving in that direction. So as we broke that 137 level, we continued to go up. Now, the second gentleman had the same level that I did at the 150 mark. So between 150 and 155 is really going to be that next range that we are looking at. If we continue from there, as he said, 180 is the next level that I have, and then 200. And now before we hit 180, I do have 167 on my charts. Again, I mentioned it yesterday. It's not a strong level, but it is a level that we may pause at. And then between 180 and 200, I do have 192 as another level as well. So those are just the two little things that I have different than them. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. So we are seeing this nice reversal. And again, sometimes the stock does do differently and disconnects from the macro environment. So as they had mentioned, Tesla was really disconnected and oversold from the macro. The macro was oversold, but Tesla was pushed even further down than everything else. Now it's just kind of recovering from that and coming back to where it should have been based upon where the rest of the macro environment is. How long that's going to last? Again, we don't know. I'm just going to enjoy this ride while we go. We, of course, have earnings coming out on Wednesday. That may swing us one way or the other. Or maybe that's going to be pushing us up even higher. Maybe that's what ends up breaking us past 150. Maybe that's what breaks us past 180. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think. My other takeaway from this is when he mentioned how the market is really just looking for maximum pain. So right now we are looking at shorts feeling maximum pain at the moment. So we are going to continue in this upward trend. They will continue feeling pain. Now, if this is the case, we may see a reversal coming in the other direction as well. Don't know which way we're going to go. Don't know what's going to happen. But if this is the kind of market that we are in, where it just wants to have everyone feel max pain, this could be just a trend that we see. We could see shorts feeling max pain, and then we feel max pain. Shorts feel max pain. We feel max pain. I think this year is going to be a very good year for swing traders. I know my dad had mentioned it himself. That's what he does. He swing trades. This could be a very lucrative market for swing traders. It's a riskier move, and you really kind of need to pay attention to what's going on in the market. But if that's something you enjoy, you may end up doing very well with that. Now, as far as long-term investors go, if we start to see these big swings up and down, they could become relatively predictable. If that is the case, I will probably swing in my IRA, and then when I do my bigger buys, I'll just wait for us to be on one of those downswings and add more. So thinking about where the market is going, thinking about the people who actually move the market, think about the fact that they brought the stock down to $101. They dumped in a big chunk of cash down at that 101 level. They're already up about 40% right now. If they do end up pushing this up to that $200 level, that means that they have doubled their money. So what point is it that they would want to reverse that? Don't know. Is a 2x over a couple of months enough for them? We shall see. For me personally, I cannot give financial advice. But if you guys are going to ask me what I am going to do in this scenario, I am not going to change my strategy at all yet. I had mentioned previously that I was going to be waiting for earnings and the FOMC meeting to see what was going to go on. And at that point, I may adjust my strategy a little bit. I want to see if the stock is going to be pulling down or pushing up even further. I don't know if I'm going to be deploying larger sums of cash, but what I might do is change my daily allotment. Right now it is $25 a day. If we end up continuing to run, I may end up bringing that up to $30. Not really sure. I kind of need to feel it out. I'm totally okay with just waiting and seeing what's going on. Patience is definitely going to pay off. I have been adding daily, so if we continue to run, I'm not upset because I was adding while we were down low. I do not have a case of FOMO right now. This could be something that the market is pushing for. The market could be pushing to draw a lot of FOMO out to then do another reversal. Not trying to be bearish. I'm not trying to scare anyone. Just trying to make you guys realize this is kind of what market makers do, is they do this intentionally to play with your emotions. It's what they did all last year, and they will continue doing it going forward. So again, I would love us to run. I want us to keep on going up, but just be wary of what is going on out there because we may see that. And if we do see it, at least you'll know why. But at least in the near term, we are looking at this nice run to that 150 to 155 level. Now, if we do get to that level before we get to earnings, could be anybody's game. who knows what's going to happen at that point? Because if the next day we do end up breaking out above that 155 level, we may continue running to that 180 level. If we do not end up breaking that 150 to 155 level at earnings, we may end up pulling back down. These are the things that I will be paying attention to at earnings. Then, of course, a week later, we have the FOMC meeting, and who knows what's going to happen at that point. And so now for the subscriber question of the day. Today's question comes from Quentin Russo. Quentin's been around with us for, wow, over a year. Almost from the very beginning, Q has been around. So he comes out saying, road to 10K. Yes, this channel is getting close to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you all for that. I bet on February 12th for that to happen. I sure hope so. That would be awesome. Q4 earnings being a catalyst. Do you see the stock price dropping into the $120 to $125 range after earnings? Now, down in my response here, I said, I'm guessing we fill the gap at 114 at least before we begin the real bull run. And so now what I mean by that is obviously we're seeing an extremely nice run right now. I think this is awesome. But again, going back to that swinging up and down, I think we're going to see some swinging before when I say a real bull run, like we are not going to be doing big swings with Max Payne down again. I don't think that's going to happen for probably another 6 to 12 months. So I think at that point, that's where we're going to see the real run. So we may come down and hit that 114 level to fill that gap. But at this point, I don't think it's going to happen before earnings. Absolutely not. Not after today. So I think we are going to be running up from here into earnings. And then after earnings, we will just pay attention to see where we go from there. So Q, thank you for your question today. I appreciate that. And nope, I don't think we are going to be coming down below that 120 to 125 level before earnings. So thank you for that question. And if anybody else has any questions, again, I will be doing a subscriber question highlight at the end of every video to give you guys a little bit of a shout out because quite honestly, like I've said before, you guys are the heart and soul of this community. I just happen to be one of the many voices out here. So I want to be able to share your thoughts and opinions as well. Otherwise, let me know how you guys feel about the stock movements today. What do you think we are going to be seeing going into earnings? And what do you think we are going to be seeing after earnings? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.